Okay.
Welcome back, all of us.
Welcome back. All right. Welcome back to What Nonsense, everybody. The show where we like to make it up as we go along. And what was I going to say? No, I'm going to do it again.
I swear it gets worse and worse every time I do it. Because no. It's because you do it so often that you feel like you can just do it naturally, and then you just get what like it's
Yeah,
forced.
I need
forced.
I need to rehearse it more, but I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. What was I going to say?
Welcome back,
We're
everybody.
back.
I had something. earlier.
You lost it. Are you gonna put this in like he did last time?
No, probably not.
Because last time he
He
did.
says probably not, and then most of the time he goes in.
Yeah.
Welcome back to What Nonsense, everybody. Oh my god, that was terrible.
Don't put an accent on and then do it.
I can't not put. Bloody hell! You're gonna make me put more of an accent on.
Google Gaga? Google? What? Nonsense! Don't be ridiculous.
Agnes, what is this nonsense?
Nonsense! Nonsense! Nonsense!
You said convey, it's nonsense.
Nonsense. What nonsense? That is nonsense. Yep.
Nonsense!
What white nonsense is this?
I knew it. I'm surrounded by.
It's nonsense. Nonsense. But what utter nonsense.
Welcome back to What Nonsense, everybody. The show where we make it up as we go along, and facts and figures don't really mean anything. We're just gonna have fun. Today, we're gonna be a little bit more controlled in what we talk about. I hope. We'll see. We are very much ADHD fueled conversation here, but welcome my guests, please. Mikey, Ryan, and Josip. So,
That's the camera, by the way, over there.
yeah, that's yours.
Yeah.
That's his. That's
Why I waved at him.
I wasn't used to the old. I'm used to the old setup, so
the old setup where you just stared at yourself in the monitor.
yeah.
All right, what are we up to, guys?
Uni. We just both started uni, so
Nice.
I was lucky enough to actually get here. Finished a little bit earlier because of orientation, so still worried I was going to have to drive from the train station, but I got home, so
sweet.
bit tired. Not used to long days.
Yeah, it's
Bit
Friday
used
night
to
too.
the school system, but no, it's interesting.
How many hours is it?
Well, today was 2 4-hour classes.
2 4-hour
So-
classes.
8:30 till 12:30 was editing, and then 1:30 till 5:30 was sound.
That's
that-
pretty good, actually.
He's studying media, for those who don't know.
Yeah,
That's better because I'm studying about like the basis right now. I'm like talking about
camels.
like I mean like media, how it's how through history and how it affected Australian culture and stuff like that. Nothing to do with the fun stuff like editing and sound. So
Yeah, well,
that's pretty good.
we do the history. Like our lecture is history. So like the first photograph with the person was like a French person getting their shoes shined on the street.
Oh, okay.
Like just random shit that will not really help you in life. I guess it's fun to know that the first person in the photograph was getting his shoes done.
Yeah.
Which year?
Don't know. It looked like a painting.
Well, I expect the 1850s or something like that, I'd swear. Was it the late 1800s?
A little bit early.
Earlier?
Or I'm not quite sure. Or the 19th century. I know that 'cause it was on a quiz. That
Yeah,
we
it's
did.
the 1800s,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I've seen this photo, and it's not because
It's like
I think everyone's seen
it-
it.
roofscapes.
they are photographed because they're staying so still for that long, yeah. Because like they're there the entire time, whereas people are walking by and they don't get photographed. Yeah. Is that it?
No.
I swear there's a photo where like it's like
Might be.
it's a wide shot of a
Like
road
buildings here, buildings there.
and like this like the path and
That
the
one
road.
there on the right.
In 1822,
There you go.
Joseph Nicefor Nips.
Well, show the photo.
Nipes? Joseph Nipes.
Yeah.
Show the photo. I want to see it like.
Is it? That's the first photo?
That's the picture.
And
Why
the,
is it?
And the person and they're there. They're there.
Yeah.
And the only reason why they got photographed because they're staying. Oh my god. They're there for a while. Yeah.
No, that was just one photo.
No, I mean like the only reason why the
Yeah.
shoe the pole shot and the
'Cause
guys
he's
there
sitting there and everyone else is
walking by and they don't get captured in the photo because back then it takes how's it work with
It was a long shutter.
yeah
So they would open it up for 10, 20 seconds. So everyone walking disappears.
yeah and the states
So, but that will actually play into what we're going to talk about today. So today, we were going to talk about, because normally we jump all over the place with
I'm sure we still
topics and I'm sure we still will. But I wanted to try and focus a little bit more on one thing at a time. So today we were going to talk about the moon. The moon landings, or did they? Or did they not? Yes. So, all right, let's start with, do you reckon they went to the moon?
I reckon they went to the moon. Per se, I know it was the year, was it 1969?
Nine. July 21st.
I think they did. But it could be a factor that they did it for that year because they're just racing Russia. But I reckon they actually have, but I've heard there's a theory that they haven't. But if they haven't, that year they have definitely later on in different missions.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I reckon they have, but I reckon the moon landing video was staged. So I reckon they've gone and they've seen something that like hasn't been right, or they've found something maybe, and then potentially they've like been like, oh, we can't show. So I reckon potentially that it's been filmed, and because I mean it's a bit hard because they haven't been back since.
Yeah,
none of us know how we know how cameras work down here, but is it different up in space?
Yeah, well, there are a lot of theories behind that because it's like on the moon, it's like 200 degrees in the sun.
Yeah,
and it's like how are they protecting the film?
It's cold as fuck, man.
No, it was hot.
It's hot
as hell because if there's no protection, there's no atmosphere or anything like that. So it's just sun. So there's concerns that like how did it survive the radiation of space and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, how about yourself?
Live broadcast too, isn't it? Was it live broadcast?
Yeah,
it was live broadcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Just Twitch streaming from the moon. Man.
Yeah, 1969.
Good. I used to have the same thoughts as them, that we'd been, but not particularly at 1969.
Yeah.
I think it was just staged just to, announce that they were the first ones on the moon.
Yeah.
And, men's ego would have gone later down the track. Who knows when?
Because the Russians were winning, right? They were the first person to send anybody into space, first person to orbit the Earth, the first animals, the first dog, the first monkey.
On the moon, not human being, but
they sent something. Yeah, they sent something to the moon first.
They did something to do with ice. I can't remember what it was, but they did something first with ice.
They're surrounded by ice. So.
The Russians, you mean?
Yeah, the Russians.
Is this in regards to the space race, or?
Yeah, they did, like, in terms of when they were fighting with America, there was something it was related to ice that they did first, and I can't remember what it was, but it was in relation to them competing with America to get there first. I can't remember what it was.
But what's that got to do with ice? What do you mean?
Like ice, not like physical ice, like something to do with ice. I don't know if it was Antarctica or if it was...
Oh, like going to like a remote area or
something like that. But it was something to do with like an ice area, like something like that.
Okay. Not sure what you're talking about that. All right. So, I mean, okay, there's lots of things.
Wow, you get to finish though.
Oh, sorry, please.
That's what I used to believe, but no, I don't think we've ever been there.
at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, there's media from NASA have actually said that they've never been. So I don't have it on hand.
I've got some clips that we can look at.
No.
Why did
The
it
radiation
radiation?
about.
So,
Okay.
I've seen NASA live for a lot of other things,
but what's there to lie? Like, it's not really. It is an accomplishment, but like, I don't really personally like feel like, oh, we've been in the moon, let's go. No, I just feel like, oh, we've been to the moon. Like, it's not.
No, well, at the time, so at the time, the Russians were beating them, as well as they were concerned, are they going to put nukes in space and stuff like that? So, like, we have to get ahead of them so we can defend ourselves, basically, and or beat them. But what were you saying?
I don't know. Lost the track there.
Well, the radiation belt came up. So have you heard of the Van Allen radiation belt? So there's two belts around the planet with very high radiation. So they say at the time, well, they didn't really make any mention of it at the time, but now, years later, NASA themselves talk about, we don't have the technology to get out of the radiation belt. We lost that technology. It's like, how did you lose the technology? Here's the thing. In the research that I was finding, I couldn't find much solid evidence that it didn't happen. I did find lots of evidence that it did happen, but we can go through some of the stuff.
But the evidence, I'm sure, came from one source, NASA.
Probably.
Yeah. So if you look at the footage from the landing, it looks staged. And why do they have a reason to go back there again? They won the race.
Yeah.
Everything died down after that.
Well,
They haven't been
they
there
haven't
since for how many
been
years?
back since, haven't they?
No, not a person, but landers.
Yeah.
Yes, and rovers.
Because they've tried. They've probably tried several times to go back, but
No, not with
No.
humans. No,
Not
Yeah.
since the mid-70s. They haven't done it.
it's.
they literally just gave up.
I still reckon. I think if you land there once, I feel like you'd try and land there again.
And like actually do something.
Like actually,
Yeah.
like see what is there.
Wait. You know you said about the sun and like the moon being really hot. Yeah. What about the dark side of the moon? Is it cold there?
Negative, yeah.
Really cold?
Don't know the figure, but I'm sure it's minus a couple hundred and C.
Yeah, probably.
The dark side of the moon.
Well, it's not.
Floyd.
That's a misnomer.
That's just visually what we can. I say it's not dark.
It's not actually dark.
Oh, okay.
It's just because we don't see it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like the Dark Ages. It wasn't dark. It's just because the history was erased.
Yeah.
So
That sense. What about the theory about the moon being hollow?
Nah.
I like that one. I like that. You're jumping ahead of me, there, bro.
That's a pretty good theory.
Well, it's not, but like sort of, for example, the landing. Like, who was the cameraman that left him? Who was recording?
All right.
Are you going to show that?
Yeah. We got this stuff.
We put on the boards. Catch up.
No, I get what you mean, like. Because isn't it done as they coming out of the shot?
Yeah, when it detaches and it just
Yeah.
going back into orbit. On the
Yeah,
way back to Earth.
It's ridiculous.
Maybe they just made a U-turn.
But
What about the rover? How'd that get there?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to fucking find my list of shit that I had, but it keeps logging into the wrong. There we go. Finally, keeps going to the wrong damn blank.
Funny thing about what nonsense email.
It's my YouTube. No, what do I call you? What do I call you?
Social.
My social media manager, genius. There he is.
Failure.
Go for it.
Your head's kind of wet, so on the shot. So.
Oh, sorry.
Basically, I accidentally, the date of birth of what nonsense email
Yeah.
is 2023. And it's restricted. It's age restricted.
Oh my god.
I did it from the first episode. That were
And we can't change it because we have 5,000 followers on Instagram, and if we change it, we lose everybody. So it's like, so we are a child.
Yeah.
We can't. I can't even log onto it on my phone because I'm the parent.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it won't let me even put it. I can't even see my own messages and stuff. I have to do it via the computer.
Yeah. Sometimes I text him like, "Can you like accept?"
It's so retarded.
Because like it asks for a secondary email control, which is his.
Yeah.
So
Maybe just gotta go on like YouTube Kids.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, we broadcast to kids. Hey kids. That sounds so wrong.
You just made it wrong.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, where was I going to go to? Let's start with.
But yeah, I fucked up.
Ding.
I did.
Don't worry, it's something that I probably would do as well.
And we can't get royalties maybe if like whoever comes.
Yeah, because we're still
Famous.
children.
Yeah,
Can't even monetize.
But
some of it.
however, if it's on YouTube, actually like the account, What Nonsense account, that's under his email.
Yeah.
So but for Instagram and TikTok, but you don't make that much on Instagram.
You don't make anything.
You make a lot if you are big,
Yeah.
and I don't think we'll be big.
Yeah, you make money from like merch and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So I need to make some merch if someone wants to.
with a different email.
You don't need merch on an email.
Well, they might not give you rights to. I don't know, like the company be like, I don't know.
It's just link in bio, bro.
No, I'm saying
merch.
like getting the person to make merch for you, like the merchandiser guy who makes the merch for you. Don't use this email because then they'll, I don't know.
They don't look at your age on an email.
Back to the moon.
Make the merch.
You're cringing.
Accent to do it instead.
This is funny.
Buckle up for this one.
In a world on the brink of destruction,
Skip this
the
bit.
United
Now, this is all the precursor for the Cold War and stuff like that. The next bit is.
I've long moments in this.
You're a redhead.
And redhead. Yeah. So.
Here we go.
This is where JFK gets up in front of the nation and declares that the U.S. is setting a goal.
In this decade, we shall make up and move ahead.
He's declaring what would surely be the ultimate finish line in this global race for power.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade,
An American astronaut eventually orbits the Earth.
not because they are easy,
Russia then puts the first woman in space while also getting the first person to walk in space.
but because they are hard.
The NASA teams are pulling all-nighters year after year, trying to figure out how they're going to make good on JFK's big promise.
All right. Next one.
People, this was just too good to be true. So skeptics started poring over photographs and film, looking for evidence of a hoax. And the evidence was everywhere. The first clue of a hoax was that the astronauts seemed to be casting shadows in two different directions. But the sun is the only light source on the moon. On Earth, shadows run parallel. On the moon, not only did shadows go in different directions, but sometimes they were at right angles to each other. The only way to explain this is multiple light sources, like you'd get on a movie soundstage.
Not the only way to explain. So, shadows.
The lander didn't have any lights.
Huh?
The lander itself.
No, it's not about lights. So it's more about perspective. So if you look at this,
Two shadows.
like this, right? If you were standing in between those two poles,
You'd be in between those two poles.
and they would be converging. So it's just perspective.
Yeah.
Next. Oh, this one. They're like,
But there's a lot of film and photo.
this one, they go, oh, how is he being lit? There's only the sun. He's in shadow. He should be completely black. Right?
Okay.
Okay, so have you heard of reflectors?
Maybe.
Like have you seen like photo shoots and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, those
like white,
spikes.
just big white cards or whatever.
Yeah.
Just bouncing light off it, right? The moon is a giant white card.
Ah.
It's just reflecting light.
So you're debunking this guy's stuff.
He debunked himself as well in the end. This one was like, this is a movie prop. It's got a C in it. I think it's just a conveniently shaped thing.
It looks like a cut. Like doesn't look like it's like it's engraved in it.
Yeah, it's probably, I don't know, something hit it or something. I don't know.
But here's also
This one's talking about different photos meant to be in different locations, but the mountain is basically the same. But it's not. It's like the perspective has changed. But because it's miles away, it doesn't change that much.
Yeah.
Where was that taken?
That was the 69, the first, July 21st. What was next to my list? Oh, the 17 minutes takeoff.
is when the astronauts separate from the module and return to orbit for pickup. Look at this. The module separates and the astronauts gently lift back to orbit. And look how slowly it moves. Where's the rocket plume from the engine? What's allowing this to fly all the way to orbit? If you watch the footage closely, it looks like the object is wobbling a little on cables or wires. By the way, who shot this footage? There was no camera remote control. But
Yes, there was. It was a remote control. But I mean, that footage does look dodgy as hell.
Yeah, the sparks look like some Power Rangers and like Thunderbird sort stuff.
Yeah.
It does. It looks like a miniature. But yeah, that footage really does make me go, what is that? That doesn't look right. But
How did they get the footage from the remote recorder to land?
transmission?
Just transmission. Yeah, you're just saying.
Sure, that'd be delayed, like from Earth to the.
There was a delay. So, did you ever watch The Dish? Have you seen The Dish?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, in 1969, the moon was on our side of the planet when they got there. So, the television footage was coming from a satellite dish here in Australia, out in the middle of a sheep paddock. Yeah. So they nearly missed it, but they managed to get it in the end. Otherwise, there would have been no footage of the moon. And do you know that they actually deleted the tapes?
Yeah. So where did they get it to restore it?
They haven't restored it.
Deleted the tapes of what?
The original moon landing footage.
So what will you see now online? What is that?
It's just like
Tapes
recordings.
Recording of live.
That was a VHS tape. Like, so it's afterwards. It's not the originals. So they didn't get the originals. That's really dodgy. I find that super dodgy.
Did they delete them or did they just lose them?
They said they actually said that they recorded over them. They were just recycled. It's like, what? That's madness.
This is like the key moment of NASA.
Yeah.
Why would you make that mistake? Of that one.
Records like Family Guy over the top.
Yeah.
I think isn't like even Star Wars, there was only like 2 or 3 original prints left on the planet. Like almost all of them were gone.
Yeah.
So like people do stupid mistakes.
Yeah, well, a lot of like in sports, like Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game, they lost the footage. There's no photos and audio of the game. So the only evidence is the picture of him holding the 100 points. Like there's no footage, no audio, like nothing.
Yeah.
And it's convenient because they're like, oh, we lost the footage and it wasn't played in the original arena, and it's very convenient, you know.
Mandela effect.
Yeah, they'll change they'll change it later. What was next? And then this is trying to point out why.
Then there's this footage of Neil and Buzz putting up the American flag. But if they were both on the moon's surface, who's shooting the footage? And how is the flag waving if there's no atmosphere on the moon? Now, sure, we've been told that there was an aluminum tube holding up the flag, but it seems to be moving around a lot. Now, here's a picture of what an Apollo astronaut spacesuit looked like.
It did have a weighted thing on the end as well.
And I also heard that like it's inertia. So when you
a lot of the footage is twisting it, so it's going back and forth.
continually, and like people disprove that in like a vacuum. It was an air chamber, what it is. Like they have an actual, like they have a flag to simulate what.
And
it's
there's
like,
knocked it once, and it goes for a while.
It still is, So it's not like it's air.
But how long would it continue going for?
In a vacuum?
Yeah, but you still got.
There's no air resistance.
So the fiber has friction, so releases heat. That's going to slow down.
Yeah, but it didn't. Yeah, it wouldn't keep going. Indefinitely.
Yeah, they just show the timeline of when we put it in there, where there's.
And that was stupid when it said like he's filming that. Like it's literally from the.
It's just it's on the.
Looks like a security camera.
The shuttle.
The shuttle. That's what it is.
No, what are they? The landing module.
Yeah.
The footprints.
The footprints.
Yeah. Explain that one, sir.
Or the footprints are like
they
touch cross.
They have covers on their feet. Yeah. It's they have it in later on.
Oh, I saw there's an end there.
Well, I guess it kind of makes sense because they look very
circular. And flat-footed.
Yeah, they had the covers have those ridges on it that you recognize.
Yeah, like the first foot on the moon. It's a picture of it. Yeah. one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Is that what he says there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Neil Armstrong.
Would he have been like mic'd up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To home base.
Does Buzz say anything?
No, he's just there. Jordan fit in and beyond.
He wasn't the one who was just there. Michael Collins was the one who was just
Yeah.
there. Poor guy.
I don't know. There is another guy.
Okay, yeah, well, the three of them. Buzz Aldrin,
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong, and Michael Collins. He died last year, I think, Michael Collins. And he was left in the rocket orbiting the moon.
Oh no! So he wasn't like he was a part of the mission, but
Yeah.
he didn't even get to land. Like
Yeah.
That's a stitch up.
There you go. Yeah, and then he has to meet back up with him later.
Well, it's still it's a vital
Yeah,
role in the
Yeah,
moon landing.
Because
he
he
was
would
the-
draw straws or rock paper scissors. Like who's gonna?
no,
stay...
they always knew who was
Really?
going. Yeah,
Yeah. He might have like a better
Better
understanding.
experience, different training maybe.
Yeah.
yeah, he's probably, I don't know, like trained to be the one who helps them connect back up later on and all that sort of stuff.
Imagine like coming off the ship and everyone's like cheering and you're just like, yeah. Like, I was like the cab driver for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. And most people don't even know his name, unfortunately.
I forgot his name. Michael what?
I never
Collins.
really, I only really thought of the two. I never really
Yeah.
considered him.
Yeah,
Most times.
They wouldn't be home without him.
unfortunate. Yes. What are we up to? Okay. 22. Oh, this is a good one. This is you'll like this bit. So this is quite famous footage. It's like this was like one of the first shots of the Earth.
One window that has a view of the Earth, and it's filled up with the TV camera. So your view now is probably better than ours is.
So to get this film of the Earth, they blocked out sections of the window. This film is an outtake. The astronauts didn't realize they were still rolling. They said the camera was pressed up against the window to get a good shot of the Earth, but that's not true. You can see someone pass in front of the window, then quickly jump out of the way. And here you see the dim work light that was used so they could operate the camera. We're not supposed to see this. We're also not supposed to see this. Someone adjusting the insert that controls the shape of the Earth. Now remember, they're in low Earth orbit, so the Earth is actually really bright and fills the whole window. How do we know? Because when they open up the iris of the lens, we can see it.
Holy sh!
That's a good bit. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because they were just faking the shot. So like, that looks like the Earth. Perfect.
This happens, by the way.
Don't worry.
Once every half an hour.
No, it happened to me. Like during COVID, I used to do like little YouTube videos, and every 10 minutes it would switch off. So I have to like go back and forth.
What kind of YouTube videos did you do?
I did like just like sports gameplay and commentary.
Oh yeah,
I was
cool.
I was bored, so I thought about Carlton as well. So I thought I'd just do it
Was
for
it
fun.
mainly anger?
No, it was a game, so like I won.
Oh, okay. So
You know.
Yeah.
Beat
Oh, you were just
Fremantle.
commentating the
No.
game.
Yeah, just commentating.
no. Wait, you commentated a Fremantle game.
No, my Carlton beating Fremantle, obviously.
I know you commentated that.
Yeah, it's like as I'm playing the game.
Of course. What's wrong with that? It gets Fremantle.
He's a Fremantle supporter. He gets very touchy about these things.
Is there footage? Is it on YouTube?
No, I deleted it
Oh.
actually. Because my friends kept playing it in school, and I would get so like frustrated and embarrassed. So I just deleted
Hearing
it.
your voice.
Yeah, because obviously like it was so high pitched and different, and I'm like, I couldn't stand it. I got so embarrassed.
Is it archived or is it like you deleted it?
Deleted it fully.
Oh shit. Yeah.
There's no. I think like the little intro thing I made, which was like horrible, was like on my iPad still, but otherwise it's gone. And I
Like the original moon landing.
Yeah, yeah. Nice to bring it back. Let's go. So, where was that?
Embedded with millions of tiny glass beads that have high reflectivity. Due to the sensitivity of Scotch light, a minimal amount of light is required.
Okay, this is talking about Stanley Kubrick. So, do you know Stanley Kubrick? The film director? Space Odyssey 2001. The Shining. No, wait, he didn't do The Shining. Did he? Yes, he did. He did The Shining.
I still haven't seen the
Clockwork Orange, stuff like that. So, it is suggested that Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing film.
because it was so well done and
2001 is a classic, and it was so believable. Like everybody, it still stands up today.
yeah.
All of the
What a
effects.
boy! What a boy!
You can do it. So this is talking about how Stanley Kubrick shot the opening footage of 2001 because it looked like it was shot on location, but it wasn't.
Required. This means that actors can stand in front of the projection without it being visible on their bodies or clothing. Front screen projection was so convincing that many people think the Dawn of Man sequences in 2001 were actually shot on location. They weren't. Almost all that part of 2001 was shot in a studio with actors on sets. If you look closely at Apollo photographs of the moon, you can see a line where the fake moon set ends and the front projection screen begins. At that line, the texture of the lunar surface changes dramatically.
Please note how everything is in focus, from the rocks and pebbles close to the camera, all the way to the crystal clear mountain behind the astronaut. There is a stark difference in ground texture between the set and what is being projected onto the screen. You can almost count the number of small rocks and the granularity of the ground that is clearly seen on the set. Once we get to the screen on the other side of my line, this granularity disappears. The little pebbles and dust just seem to disappear behind my line.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting.
Awesome.
Well, he in the same thing. He does talk later about how those photos where you can see the set line in the high resolution photos. It's not the case. You can still see the details. Yeah.
Extremely low resolution photos, probably grabbed from the web. Now, unfortunately for the documentary, but lucky for us, high resolution photos can be found easily. So when looking at a low resolution photo of the lunar landscape, you can maybe see a separation between the foreground and the supposed backdrop. But in the high-res photos, the line isn't there. All the other claims in the documentary that refer to photos can be explained simply by looking at the originals. As far as the clues left in The Shining, those are nothing but coincidences and stretches of the imagination. The rockets in the tapestry, I don't really see it. The hexagonal rug, well, the launch pad at Cape... Kubrick didn't have a brother. So that documentary is debunked.
Well, maybe debunked, maybe not.
No, it's debunked. It is.
Yeah, agree to disagree. I bet there's still a lot of stuff in those pictures that looks really fishy.
Well, that's true. The big one is that the shadows should be parallel.
We've been over that. Oh, here's the bit.
Going back now.
Yeah. All over the place.
And I support with exploration. I think humans are naturally driven to do this. And this is really the beginning, I think, of human beings leaving low Earth orbit. I certainly plan on being around to see that.
I don't want to be a jerk because she seems like a nice girl, but newsflash, the moon is way outside low Earth orbit.
The plan that NASA has is to build a rocket called SLS, which is a heavy lift
That's
rocket.
really uncomfortable.
Something that is much bigger than what we have today, and it will be able to launch the Orion capsule with humans on board, as well as landers or other components to destinations beyond Earth orbit. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. We only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully take humans into the solar system to explore. So the moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to, and we're building these building block components in order to allow us to do that eventually.
One more bit.
Once we travel beyond low Earth orbit, the crew will be exposed to larger amounts of radiation. So we have to design both crew protection systems and our electronic systems to withstand this radiation.
But didn't we already design those protection systems for Apollo? Why don't we just use that technology?
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Why would you destroy it if it's succeeded?
Because I don't think they actually had the technology. I think they just sent them up there. They went for radiation, fuck it, beat the Russians.
One-way ticket.
No, you can still make it back. You can die later on when you get back. We don't care. Just get them there.
It's a lot longer.
Either way, but if you can build it back,
Better.
wouldn't you? You'd still try and build it back.
Right.
But I think they had limited radiation shielding, and they were like, let's just go.
It's all bullshit.
You don't think you can get through it? Like, there's
It's all lies. Yeah.
Okay.
Even the video footage you see on the space station, you see the wires and you see the hands going.
Yeah, so they faked some of it, but there was clearly some footage because to put publicity for content, simply for content.
Yeah, okay. Wow, I believe so.
Have you got any evidence besides conjecture?
Where's your proof based on that? It's just what? For what reasons? Why would they need to half week and half not?
There have been. Okay.
There's heaps of footage out of it where you see the
wires.
Yeah.
And when they're
the
like
guy's fixing it and his
but it doesn't mean it's all fake.
fake.
But it doesn't mean it's all fake.
But they lose credibility right there. Where do they gain credibility when it's just lies and you see it and they don't even own up to it? They don't even say anything about it. So why would you need to even do a green screen? Do it in space.
Why do you even need a green screen to do it in space? They like I said, sometimes it's just easy. Like they've got stuff to do up there besides shooting stuff for
the public.
For the public,
yeah,
they got science experiments and stuff to do. They're astronauts.
Yeah, looking for alien life and all that.
So if you've got a crew, like in the film business, we do it all the time. You take every shortcut you can. Like if you can use a shot twice, go for it. If you can blow it up, this and that, go for it.
They use the same shot twice from Madam Web and Spider-Man 2.
There you go. Yeah.
Did that?
Yeah.
I've done the same thing. Oh, it was horrible. It's like basketball. So like I'd shoot the ball from like over here, but like in the next shot, the ball's just coming in from like this direction.
Right.
Yeah. I remember watching that.
Yeah.
It was like inspired by like Mike. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't understand why you'd fake half of it.
Or like I said, just for content, just to get something
to make people believe.
Why even need to? Why fake any of it? Why just have 100% real? Astronauts are up there. And they record what they need to for the students, whoever's watching.
Keep it classified.
So in the 60s, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, they're pilots. They're not photographers.
And Michael Collins.
Like they're not photographers. So they were literally taught in the weeks and months going up, like, okay, you're gonna need to take some footage. So it was just on the fly. They were I actually kind of like the ingenuity of them figuring out how to let's make the window look like
how's
they're
that
thinking like a photographer.
How's that linking to the astronauts of recent times are actually
they're faking footage?
No, I wasn't implying anything of in the past. When did the space station come out? 90s? Was it?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. No, just recent footage. Last decade where you
they're faking it. Yeah. Once again, because it's about time and
then the NASA photos of the Earth where they've been photoshopped.
Yeah, they're all there. I don't
every-
like that.
every-
There's no real. You can't find a real photo of the Earth anywhere.
Well,
everything we know about
space,
space, everything we know about space, is all comes from NASA. So you see them lie here and there, which you see no reason for them to lie.
What's Russians?
So where do they get credibility that we have to believe everything they say?
Yeah.
What,
I'm
just being selective of what you want to.
No, I'm not saying you believe everything. use rational judgment to discern which is real and which is not. So obviously the ones where they're hanging up on wires, they're not in space. The shit where you see bubbles, they're in a pool. But in the ones where you actually see the Earth spinning around, and that's in space. Because I mean, look, if they're fully faking everything, their effects aren't that good. Like if you're seeing footage out of the space station window, it's fairly legit.
I think it's hard to tell though, because if you can, like, you compare the footage and like you can say it's staged, but because of like the quality of the cameras, it's going to be the same when they filmed it on the moon. Like the cameras wouldn't be enhanced or anything.
So how would you think, with current technology that we have right now, this second, today, if we were to send a lander
with the camera and film
do you think we'll be able to have high quality footage of the whole journey, landing, all of it?
The whole journey, days, inside a box. What do you want to watch?
Let's ask him.
It'd be like people watching us. Nobody watches.
Why?
Because it's boring as shit. Who would want to watch
that's
3
not
days inside a
story.
box?
No, but
Right now, we would have the technology
yeah, I get what you
to
mean.
see high detail for everything. Okay, so kicker is there was a landing today, a Texas company. It's all a CGI simulation. There's no real footage.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Where is it all?
Yeah, well, it doesn't really. Well, they've got.
Well, they're not sending it for footage. They're probably sending it for certain tests.
Really?
Yeah. So what was?
So you've even got the Indian ones as well. There's no real footage on that. The only one there's real footage of are the Chinese ones, where they're just a camera down from basically the nozzle.
Right.
Lands
looking down. Yeah.
Yeah, black and white. Don't really see much. But besides that, anyone else from the Western world? No. It's all simulated. There's no real footage.
Well,
the one even landed today from Texas.
Do you reckon there's the beyond reason if it's all fake? Maybe it's like all classified, and then it just shows something that they actually are progressing, even though they could be classified and they have information that they need to keep secured. Let's just put this information out just to keep people happy, or like reassured that this is what's going on, but they could be doing other stuff just to. You know, it's like, look at me, I'm over here, but they're actually doing other shit.
Have you seen this one?
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
It's a buzz.
That's not an 8-year-old's question. It's my question. I want to know what I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen. So in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past if we wanted to keep it going.
It's a bit confusing towards the end there, but yeah.
It's having like tea party with Joe Biden.
But then the story say we didn't go there.
Yeah. But this is the same guy who punched out a dude who was asking him to swear on a Bible. He's like, swear on the Bible that you went to the moon. And he was following him for weeks and weeks, apparently, and eventually turns around and just decks the guy. So there's two reasons for decking him. Either it's annoying and just don't make me do it because I don't want to swear to God that I did something that I didn't. Yeah. Or I'm offended that you would even suggest such a thing. So that's what Keith was kind of suggesting last time we were speaking about it. It's like, that's why he punched him out, because it's offending him that how dare you say that I didn't go. But possibly it's stop annoying now.
It's just annoying.
Stop annoying me. Just get out of my face. Yeah.
I love the Big Bang Theory Buzz Aldrin episode when it's Halloween and he's giving out candy to relate to space. He gives him a Mars bar. He goes, "Here's a Mars bar. I've been in space." Like he's like Milky Way. Yeah. The Milky Way is in space.
Yeah.
I've been on the moon. That's real.
It's like Howard.
Yeah.
Howard dropping his astronaut credentials every 2 seconds.
Yeah, just to get he wants to get Rocket Man instead he gets Fruit Loops or something.
Yeah.
Didn't you wear man diapers on the way up?
I think you have to, don't you?
In general?
Yeah.
Or is it just constant space? I don't know. I just remember that.
He makes a toilet. Oh, that's for the space station.
Yeah.
But going upwards, you might shoot yourself.
Diaper standard, people.
Oh,
this guy.
Debunking the moon landing conspiracy in 60 seconds or less. Something they always ask about is why can't we see the stars in pictures from the moon?
You could answer this.
No, I can't. I want to hear it.
Really?
Yeah, go.
No.
Continue.
No. Just think about it logically for a second. We go out at night filming.
Just light pollution. We're talking about that. Okay.
Well, not just light pollution. How long do you have to have a shutter open to capture stars appropriately?
I don't know what exposure will be on the moon though, but a lot of light reflecting there. So
yeah. It's just
It'll
simply stopped out. That's it.
Surface. And let me ask you, can you take a picture of the stars during the day here on Earth?
And that's all
Their
it could
cameras are
compare.
exposed for the moon's surface. Here is what it looks like when
what
you
about
take pictures
through
of
the shuttle, the window? So could I see it through the window?
Towards the
shuttle. No, I mean see the stars instead of perspective on the moon, literally through the shuttle.
If they were in the shadow side of the moon, then yeah, it would be full. But if they were in view of the whole full brightness of the moon, like
See, that's
it would just glare
I think
out.
it's all bullshit. If you were up there and you wouldn't want to take a photo of the Milky Way or something, like I reckon
We're
it's
in the Milky
spectacular.
Way, aren't we?
No, I mean without light pollution, take it from space. If you're literally there, and no, you'd be taking photos like crazy.
Okay, but the windows are tiny. They didn't have big wide lenses.
How bright?
You wouldn't be able to, like, if the rocket's moving, it would streak out. Like, you wouldn't get a decent shot.
When you're in space, how bright
It's moving.
is the sun though? Like it's like fucking bright here. You can't stare at it.
Yeah.
When you're out in space, is it bright, like way brighter? That you can't look at it at all.
It's way hotter.
Yeah,
it's way hotter.
But it's be the same distance.
The
Well,
brightness
pretty much.
should be the same. Like it's
So still, like you reckon, it'd be like a little circle.
yeah, it wouldn't change in size.
Ah, okay.
We're still
So far away, it
Yeah.
won't make a difference.
Yeah. I do like. There's a great little tidbit of information. The sun is exactly 108 suns away from the Earth. The moon is exactly 108 moons away from the Earth. That's why we get an eclipse.
Oh,
That's cool.
They're
Well, they're-
exactly the same proportion away from
Each other.
us.
Yeah.
And yeah, us and each other, so that they line up.
Yeah. My birthday, my 18th birthday, we had a lunar eclipse.
Oh, okay. That's pretty
The
good.
moon's fake too.
Huh?
On cue.
How's the moon fake? Oh yeah. So like that leads to the hollow Earth theory.
Hollow
Earth.
Hollow moon theory.
Sorry, hollow moon. Yes, hollow moon. That's it. Hollow Earth is a different one.
Hollow moon.
Yeah.
No.
When they landed, what was it? A shuttle. What was the shuttle?
I don't think it was a shot. I think they just shot something at the moon.
They crashed.
They crashed something
landed.
into the moon, and then the resonant boom went on for like 30 minutes or something, and then they did it again with a bigger projectile or whatever, and then it rang for like hours.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's
Like
pretty
steel, like.
a giant bell.
That'd be annoying.
What would be annoying?
The sound.
Oh, like to listen to it, like
couldn't
how's
hear
this
it.
going on
You
for?
couldn't hear it.
No, but like if,
No,
you,
you couldn't
had,
hear
if
it.
you had to like be responsible, like to listen how long it was going.
Yeah. No, you can't hear it with the human
No,
ear.
it's just the vibrations on the.
On the screen.
Well, they could. I guess they had seismic detectors on the moon. That's another thing. We've left so much junk on the moon. There's the recent. I think James Webb, the James Webb Telescope, has been taking high res images of the moon and looking at where all the previous landings have been. So we can see the tracks from the moon buggies and stuff like that. stuff we've left behind. Also, do you know about the
going to do it? It's already done it.
That's done it.
Really?
Yeah, there's photos of it. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I'll see if I can find it.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a look in a sec. So that was pretty interesting. I thought, okay. And have you heard of the retroreflector?
Yeah, that's how they detect how that the moon's slowly moving further away, and they know the distance between it. They left it on there on one of the missions. Yeah.
Yeah. So they left a reflective device there. It's not completely reflective. It's retroreflective, which means no matter what you shoot at it, it'll come straight back at you, not on an angle like
Yeah.
So yeah, so you can shoot a laser at this thing and it tells you, oh yeah, we've been to the moon. So there's stuff there.
Yeah.
Where do you sit with that?
Oh, we could have just deployed it.
Sent it there.
Yeah, could have just done that. But yeah.
But what about the
ringing?
What if there's photos?
The ringing. So I did a bit of
okay.
Reading up on that one. They made that comment because of the fact that it resonates in a different way than Earth does. It was not in in relation to a bell. What you're thinking. The bell is just representing the fact that it rings for a while.
Yeah.
Not that we hear that tone. It was actually under 1 hertz, so we can't actually even hear that frequency.
But it was a seismic vibration.
But it's a frequency of what when I understand more of the actual anatomy of the moon, which doesn't have water, dry, cold, and the way they say that the cracks, the sound actually just resonates, reverberates off the cracks, and it's just lasted longer. But it was under 1 hertz, so it has nothing really to do with what we hear of a thing or echoing like it's hollow. It was just under 1 hertz.
It'd be cool if it was though.
Yeah. So it's just people have just twisted into something else.
So, but if you threw something equivalent at the Earth, it wouldn't ring.
No, it resonates in a different way. No,
Right,
because we've got water. It's just dry and cold and a lot of cracks. That's basically their definition of what
That's the explanation.
Yeah.
That's their explanation.
Yeah.
Still,
which seems logical because it's not like a bell like what we think of.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that it just rang for a longer period, but it was still under 1 hertz. We can't hear it. So
no, well, that's not what intrigues me. It's whether I can hear it or not doesn't matter.
No, it's just based off other comments. But
no, but what is unusual for me is like the fact that it stays vibrating for so long. That's like,
well, explain it because the resonation between all the cracks and the dry type of surface it is.
Yeah.
So. But it sounds like you don't believe what they're saying, coming from NASA's mouth. Yeah. No, you do.
I'll take your word for it.
I'll just.
But like I said,
in the switch. Just but nothing.
No, because here's the thing. Like the research that I've been doing disproves some things that I've sort of thought, and some of the things that you've been watching is also disproves some things that I have thought. So it's like,
yeah, who knows what's telling the truth? Well, it's come straight from AI's mouth.
Was it? Yeah,
it doesn't matter what AI asked. But dive into it.
Yeah. Have we ever stayed on a topic like this for this amount of time?
Sorry, say it again.
This is the longest we've been on one topic. Usually, we branch out.
Yes, but that's because we are trying to focus more and so
be less ADHD.
Yeah, less ADHD.
But is there any other topics we're talking about besides the moon?
Well, once we're done with this, very shortly, we'll just talk random shit for a little while. Yeah, we haven't got. Yeah, we should be wrapping up soon.
No, I have no more moon facts.
Yeah. All right, let's check. This is a very interesting piece of footage. Moon buggy footage. It's been stabilized and enhanced. If you look closely at the driver, tell me what you think. Let's take a while.
This is 1960s. Oh, 1917.
This was Apollo 16. So if you're looking at the guy, he doesn't really move. It just looks like it's a dummy sitting there. Is he even driving?
Yeah, it's like he's just stiff.
It's just
it doesn't move with the chair.
Yeah.
You think body weight bouncing around.
No, when he was going up on the bumps, it was just like you'd think you'd try and restrain yourself to like
something. So this has been
Wait, I thought
enhanced
they
by
lost
AI.
the footage. Which footage did they lose?
The
original landing,
first
not
moon
the
landing.
other Apollo missions.
Yeah.
So this is enhanced by AI, you said?
Yeah, it's been stabilized and enhanced, but it's pretty. It's great footage. It's amazing footage. But yeah, for me, like especially I've seen footage of this footage sped up, and as soon as you speed it up, it's like looks completely fake. And
It's like
I tried to do the work about it, and he's like, "Yeah, just put the Benny Hill music on it."
Oh god. Yeah. It's okay.
That's pretty cool.
fake.
Yeah, I buy it.
There are people pleaser vids, I reckon. That when NASA is shooting out, so then we could.
Yeah, it's just publicity. I reckon the fake stuff.
Was the steering wheel actually moving, or did he have like a joystick controlling it?
Probably a joystick.
Because when he came back around, it looked like his hand was spinning or something.
Let me cut out. His hand's just hanging there.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Is the left hand? What about the right one?
The left hand.
I saw it. Yeah, the left hand moved.
It kind
a
of
bit.
went like that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it was just like up here.
Yeah.
What's the right one holding?
I guess the joystick.
He's got a camera there recording as well.
Yeah. I wish we saw that footage.
Yeah.
On the buggy. It's too much shit.
It's just flapping.
Yeah, it could just be like
You got
from
the
the
shadow.
bounces.
I don't
Like
know.
there's so many.
Yeah, that's.
It's done with the alien.
Yeah.
But how's the traction work with the moon and the wheels and the? What do you mean?
I see car.
It's
gravity.
It's 1/6 Earth gravity, but it's still a fairly heavy buggy. The buggy was sent there before the mission, and it was there when they got there. But
Wait, what about the buggy that was there for the first time they landed? Was there a prior mission?
there was no buggy on the first mission.
Wasn't it?
No.
No. So it's all.
They just stood
Right,
there and around and then pissed off. Yeah, they got some moon rocks and that was about it. That's it.
How
Yeah.
expensive are those rocks?
Yeah, they're worth a pretty penny, I believe.
And didn't they analyze it? And it wasn't really. What was it?
I have seen seen footage or articles talking about fake moon rocks.
Yeah.
They analyze it's like that's not a moon rock.
Yeah.
I've also heard that NASA they apparently occasionally they'll have a sale and they just get rid of old shit and sell it to the public. Though apparently there was a like you know those money lock bags that they go in the back of the cash vans. What do they call it? Like the security cash vans.
Yeah.
And they got those money bags.
Yeah.
There's one of those big bags. Apparently, it's filled with moon rocks and stuff like that. And they sold it, and then the woman bought it, opens the bag, goes, "Fuck, these are moon rocks in here." And then she took it back to NASA, going, "What's the deal with this?" And they're like, "Oh shit, they took it back."
Oh.
It was like, why did she go back? But how stupid, like, this is how stupid NASA is. Like, they erased the original tapes. They sell off moon rocks for nothing. Like, it was, like, she bought it for like $20 or something. It was ridiculous.
$20.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She should have
It
sold it.
It was probably more that, but it was basically for nothing.
Yeah,
she should
compared to
sold
what
it.
it's worth. Yeah.
To a museum or something like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Or do the noble thing that Indiana Jones would and donate it to the museum. Yeah.
Just put them on your shelf. Anyway.
Collect dust, earth dust. That's crazy. Imagine collecting earth dust on a moon rock.
I'm going to do one more and then we'll just talk
Some like high thought right there. Stone thoughts.
This guy. I'll skip. So Kubrick. There was an interview with Kubrick where he said, "Oh yeah, I shot the moon landing," but it turned out that was fake. It was an actor that somebody was shooting a fake documentary of him admitting that he shot the film. Then
but it got released, sort of like snippets of it, and then the public goes, "Oh my god, yes!" We'll see. What do we got here? 44. Oh, here we go. Oh wait. Who?
Orbiter project at NASA on Langley Field.
Let me go back.
Is NASA covering something up on the moon? Definitely.
My name is Carl Wolf, and I was a precision electronics photographic repairman with a top secret crypto clearance. In mid-1965, I was loaned to the Lunar Orbiter project at NASA on Langley Field. I was taken into the laboratory where the equipment was malfunctioning. I couldn't repair it in the dark. I asked to have it removed. Airman second class was in the dark room at that time. I was also an airman second class. About 30 minutes into the process, he said to me, in a very distressed way, by the way, we discovered a base on the backside of the moon. And then he proceeded to put photographs down in front of me, and clearly in these photographs were structures, mushroom-shaped buildings, circle buildings, and towers. And at that point, I was very concerned because I knew we were working in compartmentalized security. He had breached security, and I was actually frightened at that moment. And I did not question him any further. And a few moments later, someone did come into the room. I worked there for 3 more days, and I remember going home and naively thinking, I can't wait to hear about this on the evening news. And here it is, more than 30 years later, and I hope we hear about it tonight. And I will testify under oath before Congress that what I'm saying is the truth.
Yeah, what happened to that?
He was killed in a car accident a week before.
Of Congress.
A week before Beans.
Convenient. Ooh. Got
nice
Princess Diane.
Nice way to wrap that one up. So, yeah, I reckon you were onto it in the beginning. I reckon they found some stuff. I reckon that's why they haven't been back.
That last part of like the mushroom houses kind of threw me off a little bit in terms of, I don't know.
Oh, no, it's all speculation. We have no idea.
I feel like there could have been something potentially, maybe, because I've like seen stuff on like social media, and it's like they actually went there and they saw like alien life, and they didn't want to tell people. But I still think that the actual footage was fake. Like it just looks like a movie.
Yeah. Some of the where they're like trying to get up and stuff. It's like weird. It's like they're getting pulled up on wires and stuff. But yeah, I don't know.
Would the rover be affected by the gravity, or would it just like?
Yeah, it'd be less gravity on the rover, but it's still quite a heavy machine.
I know it just seemed too like
organized.
As you said, like who like filmed, like who got the camera back, and like a bunch of shit was just left there. And they kind of just, as you said, they just pissed off. And it's just like there, like the flag, and like.
Well, they leave that there for prosperity,
Yeah, but
this is ours.
I don't know. It's just strange. I do feel like there's like stuff they've found, and potentially like that could lead to Area 51 being so classified. Like all that sort of stuff. And but yeah, that footage, just don't understand why if something did happen, why you would lie. It's like if you'd think it would make more sense that you'd lie from the beginning. Like if there was something true, you'd tell it. There's no point lying.
Why? Depends what they're hiding up there.
Yeah, lying about what? If you're finding buildings up there, they don't want to tell.
If it's, I guess what 1969. If they're just like, oh, there's aliens, it'd be a bit. But now I feel like now
aliens are everywhere. Yeah, aliens on the news every second day.
When did they get that footage? What do you mean 69?
Sorry, what?
When did they get that footage?
The photos you're talking about?
Yeah.
I guess in the 70s or whatever.
Yeah.
Still, I feel like Star Wars hasn't come out yet, so like aliens aren't really a thing.
Oh no, since the 50s.
Well,
we've been
yeah, they
talking-
were. But
Roswell.
in terms of like, you look at like the aliens they've found now and like that are like the corpses and stuff. It's not what you'd expect in terms of what it was pictured back then.
What do you mean?
You know how like in classic cartoons, aliens are kind of pictured as like skinny things,
Little green aliens,
with like
big
the
head.
big heads and
Yeah,
stuff.
eyes.
And you look at what they've found now, like the corpses that they say they've found of like aliens and.
Are you talking about those ones in Mexico that were fake? Those little
I don't know, but like the auto-generated pictures of what an alien would look like and sort of stuff, and it's a lot different to.
Well, we have no idea what an alien would look like.
Yeah, but if it were different to that stereotype, I feel like they wouldn't show it because it would be frightening, I guess. I just feel like back then, if they found intelligent life or they found something,
they don't necessarily have to find life. They can find just
if they found something.
If they found buildings,
yeah,
even if
found
they're
buildings,
abandoned, they'd be like, who
I
built
feel
these?
like
Where they got so many questions come up.
Yeah, I feel like now, like with technology being so advanced, the reaction would be less than it would back then.
It would be frightening. It'd be more astonishing. Like, oh, this is so
Yeah.
cool. But back then, it'd be like, whoa, like freaking
Back then,
out.
it's like, holy
Yeah,
shit,
sure,
like-
but like, okay, so in the last year or so,
okay, let's follow this. If they release those pictures to the public and go, yes, there's actual statement there are aliens out there based on their civilization, that would actually fuel the space race a lot quicker. People would be just intrigued. It's like, let's go have a look at it.
Yeah.
So that actually would advance us a lot quicker. It would.
Mm.
Privatize,
You're
everyone will be
jumping.
jumping. That's not jumping the gun. It's just how humanity is. That if we can see something that's out of reach, we're going to strive to go and see what is that. Our curiosity killed the cat. We're going to be curious to see what it is. It's going to actually speed technology quicker. So if it actually did happen, I believe there's something they're hiding from us because we're either not ready or there's something deeper going on.
If we're not ready, do you reckon right now they've been numbing us the entire time? Like they've been slowly like.
Well, okay, so in the last couple of
Yeah,
years,
there's a lot of stuff going out.
Last
Project
couple,
Bluebeam.
yeah. So in the last couple of years, how many reports are you hearing about UFOs?
It's been increasing.
And
Like
every other day,
It's-
there's a UFO. Yeah,
it's increasing like
this
crazy.
Can't explain this. Can't explain
Yeah,
that.
like,
You
and
know,
high-end
on the
people.
news the other day of like a UFO crashed into like a mountain or something in foreign country. I don't know, but
like high-end people are like agreeing. Like they've been like saying that this is.
Here's the funny thing. For decades and decades, all the ufologists and people who are into aliens are like, they're real, and government like, no. Now the news and the government are like, yeah, they're real, and the ufologists are like, this is sus.
Why me?
Yeah.
Why now?
And so have you heard of Project Bluebeam?
no.
So Project Bluebeam is supposedly a project to project holographic images of, say, an alien invasion or something like that.
Oh.
So they're seeding the public with all this UFO here, UFO there, da. And so that way, if/when there's an alien invasion via holograms, they would be shooting themselves with their own missiles, but projecting UFOs.
While
Like we're
enforcing
being
a new world order.
while we're being attacked, and then we can go, all right, now the world is ours. Everybody listen to us, do what we say. We're fighting the aliens. And look, but you're just fighting.
But we're just more in control of.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm a bit sus about all the alien stuff. Like there was that one in Miami. Did you hear about that?
Oh
In
no,
the
I
shopping
hate that.
center.
Those big
Police cars.
the police cars and the big.
Green. Was it purplish? Or?
I think they were purple and dark
Oh,
blue.
translucent, didn't they say?
Yeah, and like big figures. You heard that?
Yeah, they're meant to be like 10 feet tall or something,
Yeah,
and they were making like people couldn't record, like it was messing with their their phones and stuff like that. And so the official story was there was there was fights or something in the shopping center,
Okay.
and then you send 200 police officers.
Yeah, or everyone in like
200.
Miami.
Yeah,
sure, it's crazy. And like the claims are people saying they were like these big, tall alien figures. It was like New Year's. Was it New Year's?
Yeah.
Rumors of aliens invading Miami are going viral on social media.
This is for real, folks. The Miami police cars appears.
Okay.
Oh, that was the supposed alien, but we don't know what that was. Where's the what's that? Come on, show me the whole shot.
Jesus. They're just lined up.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. And they go all around the corner. It was like...
No,
there was
another
more
perspective topside.
Yeah,
Angle you see it,
sure.
just, it's like 400 cars.
Oh, for God's sake. Try to stay out of your...
No, you're fine. Yeah.
I saw it.
Where is that? Ah, this one. There you go. Shaking.
Imagine that's just the
Australian news, isn't it? Local.
That's not Australian.
No.
Look at that.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Well, because they reported
a fight.
That was half it, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, okay, there was more around the corner. Like,
Jesus.
that's overkill for a fight.
You think?
Why
Like,
is Pa still awake?
A bit of like a brawl, I get, but a fight, like
It's about bedtime.
that is a lot of flashing lights.
Yeah.
And what, like 2 in each car?
Yeah, so we'll see. I don't know.
I'll be pretty freaked out. Okay, I'm not freaked out of aliens for like control, but if I saw a damn 10-foot alien staying right there, I'll be pretty freaked out.
I'd run.
Yeah, that'd be
Like
Apparently they were phasing in and out too. Like they would be there and then they would disappear and then they'd come back.
That's like
that's even crazy.
So interdimensional stuff.
it's like
Yeah.
Enderman from Minecraft and stuff.
Or like maybe like they're phasing into like human, like they're camouflaged as human, and then like next to they're phasing like wait no wait. That'd be crazy. Like you're actually an alien or something.
You'd think you'd be like hallucinating and
Oh yeah.
that'd be crazy.
So, but the fact there's no like on-site footage is because why? Like
apparently nobody's phones were working. Like
What about
they-
body cams?
Right. No, the cops weren't inside. The cops stayed
okay,
outside.
Yeah. Like I would too.
But if it was a shopping center, yeah,
Yeah.
If
It's a
it was
mall. Yeah, a mall. Yeah.
that would be scary.
What about security footage?
There's zero footage.
What about like witnesses?
Yeah, the witnesses are going, there was bloody aliens. All the witnesses are like, is that it?
Project Bluebeam.
Giant alien.
Testing it out. Yeah, test it, before you deploy
Inside?
it. I don't know.
Or I would think the technology they develop, if they are developing this technology for this project, it would be more of an outdoor thing. Like we need to do it in the atmosphere, but I guess could work inside as well.
I think inside for the first like test would probably be better because
It's more controlled.
yeah, it's more controlled. Like in terms of, and it's not like in public. If you're in a fairly open space, there's a lot more people to see.
Mhm.
So I think if you start off smaller, maybe in like a shopping center, for
But
instance.
they were recording stuff in the shopping center. There are things out there. You've seen them.
Have you seen the footage of like
Yeah,
I think it was
so
like
how would-
in
how it
in
work?
sports with it was like a football game.
Oh, the
and
bus.
Then there's a drag or a leopard or some stuff jumping around the stadium, and then
Oh yeah, that's
what that may have been AR.
the
Augmented.
Jacksonville Jaguars. It was it was AR. I'm pretty
was AR.
sure. I know what you're talking about though. It was like jumping like on the actual like stands, and it was massive.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
on top of the billboard.
What is this like a hologram?
Yeah,
I think
but I think it was
there's-
AR. I think it was just
there's like holograms in like New York where it's like I've seen them, like it's like a monster or something, and it looks like it's reaching out, but it's on the screen, and
right.
people like getting freaked out and stuff. It was like a new advertisement or
Are you talking about those ones that wrap around the corner and then they make it look 3D?
possibly maybe.
Yeah, I've seen ones like a whale in a pool
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, because like they if it's in a corner, they can like make it as if
You
it's
fake the perspective,
yeah, go straight through. Yeah,
but
like the best.
but we've seen this. I think the buses.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, the
in
best.
Japan.
Yeah, the holograms,
giant holograms.
But that was fake. Yeah,
Was it?
I think so.
Okay.
Was it?
Yes.
Have you heard that?
was
You've
fake.
seen that
It was
footage?
fake? Yeah.
Oh, there's these buses with like players being soccer players being like advertised, and it's like a hologram. It's like with through mist or something. Is it water? Or
The ones with the mist are real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The ones.
So it's just a giant projection. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's pretty cool though. Technology.
Yeah,
that's cool, yeah.
The Japanese are sick.
Yeah.
They're living in the future.
Aliens are here.
Yeah.
Well, they're not in hologram form. Apparently, they're dense. The hologram.
What do you mean? They're dense.
When I think of
You can
hologram,
touch
I
it.
think of like in Star Wars where you can just put your hands on it,
Yeah.
but it's actually got physical form.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So it'll move through the clouds and smoke. If you see anything,
Well, it's
apparently
like-
with this Project Lumen, they can do it.
It's like Spider-Man Far From Home with the hologram.
You can touch it.
I don't know if we can touch it, but I'm
Spider-
sure you
Spider-Man
can.
Far
I don't know
From
how
Home.
dense it would
Let's
be.
do it.
You know, you could poke
Yeah,
through it.
yeah,
I'm not.
okay.
What
But
makes you say it's got
it's the
density?
stuff that I read out there that it's got
No,
dense to it. So it's not just literally just you put your hand through it like a mist or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's even you'll be freaky.
Yeah.
Question
See
is,
the whole-
are you scared or are you excited?
They'll do it. They'll do it in America first. If they're Project Bluebeam, it'll be in America.
Not Project Bluebeam. I'm talking about like alien life. Are you scared or are you like excited
Nah.
for the possibilities of human race?
Nah, I don't believe in aliens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
Well, not even like other light years away planets, but just like an animal, like just like a horse.
I
that's,
believe
like,
NASA's
funky.
been lying a lot of shit, so everything they say has been thrown at us.
Forget
It's just thrown
NASA.
what-
Forget
It's
NASA.
all linked to it.
Okay, let's assume there is a universe out there,
Okay.
right? The odds that we're alone in the universe is pretty small. Like there's billions and trillions of galaxies with billions and trillions of planets. There's going to be life somewhere. Whether it's intelligent or not, debatable. There should be some out there. Whether they're
Definitely non-intelligent ones. Like,
oh
like,
yeah,
like,
for
like
sure.
an animal. That's what I think.
Or bacteria and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's got to be there. But
Or maybe it's just humans have been seeding it over millennia.
maybe we were seeded.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So even with the moon, that could have been us.
I don't think we haven't been
Colonies.
sending out stuff to seed. I don't think we're not at that stage where we're.
Imagine
What
the
do
moon
The
base
mudflood
is
global
is-
reset. What do we really
yeah.
actually know? Like,
Imagine if like we are seated and the moon base was established and that base has been watching us what we're doing and
Well, that
well, idiots are landing on it and just throwing things to make it chime.
yeah.
Well, that's why the hollow moon theory is so interesting, or that it may be some sort of exoplanet
Like a
or
stage.
construction. The fact that it perfectly lines up with the mathematics of that stuff, like the fact that it lines up so perfectly.
No, it seems like it's man-made.
It's
artificial.
It seems like it's ordained or somehow like it's
destined to be there.
Well, that would be God, I guess.
Like it's precisely
No,
measured.
but more than
Wasn't
it's
it-
more
wasn't
than
the
it's
size as well?
planned. It's like. But what does throw a spanner in that wrench is that the moon is getting further away. So eventually we won't get a full eclipse anymore. It'll go out of reach. It'll be a ring. The ring of fire. Ring of fire.
The ring of fire. Won't make a difference in our lifetime.
No, thousands of years. Yeah. I mean, we've been having eclipses for thousands of years, so I'm sure we'll for many more.
Yeah.
Wow, this is like gotta be it's not what nonsense anymore. It's
What deep dive?
Focused nonsense.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's pretty good, I think. That's all right. It's all
how,
fake.
how long are we going for?
120.
120.
It's always a good topic.
There's always a good topic.
Yeah, the moon.
Oh, yeah.
In general.
Well, I thought I'd go back to one of the original conspiracies. We'll make our way forward.
Well, we get most views on conspiracies, so
Yeah, but I need more clips. People don't like listening to us.
yeah, so we have to watch some stupid reel.
Yeah. Let's do that before. Let's go before. Let's do some stupid reels.
So this is stuff that we get views from. So
Where is Instagram?
What? Beta squad.
Bottom right.
Huh?
Man build
2 room.
No, I've heard that all of those ones, like all of them are fake. When like it's just one Indian dude making
Yeah.
a pool and stuff. Apparently it's all fake.
Yeah.
Why is it fake?
I've seen
There's
like tracks and
there's-
whatnot.
like people that actually like there's like crews.
There's
and-
a full construction crew.
Oh, the whole village comes
You
out.
can see excavator tracks in some of the shots. So
I'm not surprised. Even Bear Grylls was recording right next to a freeway. Like, what's real?
Then why are you not surprised that that's a fake stuff?
No, it's not. It's not surprised that it is. It's the fact that they're lying. So why
Well,
should
it
I
is to
choose
believe.
what is real and what's not? That's cognitive dissonance. Until it is. You don't. All the stuff that you've said against me was just your opinion, but no facts behind it. So
what?
Like anything with the moon or anything being real. Like,
Give me an example of something that is in question. How, like, because yes, we know there are fake stuff, but we can also tell that there's real stuff, or it seems to be real. Why in your mind is it?
I'll tell you my perspective.
A few fake things means everything's fake.
Well, it's the way I was brought up. It's human psychology. No, it works in that way. If I find out that you never really had kids, they weren't your kids, you weren't married, all these things, then I'll be questioning everything that came out of your mouth. I go, that could be a lie. That could be a lie. I'll question everything.
Yeah, but it's not only NASA saying space is real.
But everything comes from them. All the books, everything's based off them. All the kids' books. we're just
India's
shoving-
going, China's going. Why?
And why aren't we seeing real footage of it? Even when
Because that's not their number
SpaceX-
one priority.
Well,
their number one priority isn't footage of
No,
the Earth.
that's you assuming that. Where are you getting that information from?
Because they're going to the moon. They're not going to the moon so they can shoot Earth.
No, but
they're going to the
that's
moon.
your opinion with no facts based on what you just said there. They're going there because of that. Where's the proof on that? Where are you getting
You're not
information?
giving me any proof of
I've given
anything.
you
You're
proof.
just
I have.
saying it's all fake.
I have. I've shown you. I'm saying, well, all it's fake.
You said it's all fake.
That's just like joking conjecture. Is they're sending probes there, sending rovers,
Yeah.
landers there, and there's no real footage. And
Why?
then you say,
Because
why you because? That's what I'm asking you now. Where are you getting that factual of what the because of what's coming out of your mouth?
Because they are sending those probes or whatever the hell to do a certain job. Their job is to go there, collect some shit, send it back. Their job isn't to go there, we need footage to prove this shit's real. They're not concerned in proving that it's real. They're concerned in pushing their own agendas forward.
Space and
Yeah, you can look at it
That's
that way
it.
as well. But it doesn't disprove what I'm saying either. You can believe both ways. You can look at it either way. You can argue to affinity for it. There's literally no proof until you get the private sector going there and showing you live footage. Elon Musk has cameras everywhere. His Tesla has how many? Like 7, 9 cameras ever recording it. His SpaceX rockets are going out in space, allegedly. If you haven't said allegedly here, they've got cameras everywhere. But they don't do a show a continuous feed. They cut here and there. Like you've got, we'll show the footage on there. Show that one up there. You can search for it where the amateur rocket went to, they launched it, and they say it hit the firmament, but it just stops and just spins. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I've seen that, but that's not proof either.
But it's not disproving it either, really.
Because
anything, is it?
No, because it's a homemade rocket. It failed. It doesn't mean it hits.
No,
there's no footage. You don't see it. You don't see it hitting anything. It
just stopped. It literally just stopped. The altitude stopped and just span.
The footage is shooting down, right?
Yeah.
So you can't actually tell
Really?
it's hitting anything,
Okay.
right? It's you're using you want photographic evidence, and your photographic evidence is pointing down. It's you're saying it hits a firmament. I want to fucking see it.
Time will tell soon.
Yeah.
As technology gets cheaper, you'll start getting hobbyists, people just like us. We'll send rockets out there. Until you start getting the government doesn't have a grasp on a company who's launching something out of their space, then I will trust them.
SpaceX, Google.
And you trust
No,
SpaceX
wait,
as
what's
well.
his
I don't
name?
even trust
What's
SpaceX.
the dude?
Why would I?
Amazon dude.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, he's
he
doing
hides
that.
everything. He hides everything.
Yeah, because they're all got their own agendas, but it doesn't mean it's all fake. And why would you be building giant rockets to send it into a fucking firmament?
Well, like,
what would be the point?
What'd she say?
And billions of dollars.
They cracked the firmament.
Who? What?
Yeah, it was a video out there. I can't remember who said it.
That was an intense.
Nah,
come on.
That's nothing. You haven't seen
Oh,
out.
no. They just
No,
after
no,
the
no,
podcast,
no.
they just like times
That's
10.
it. Should be always
One
recording.
time I fell asleep on the chair with them like arguing like that, and I was.
Why were you falling asleep?
Oh, this is like when after the podcast was finished. This is like early days, and you guys were like arguing about something.
Yeah,
Like
well, I fell asleep when you
and I fell asleep.
Yeah, we can't restore that footage. It's gone.
Let's do a couple of quick clips and get out of here. Let's do a yeah, nah. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah.
Check this shit out. Fuck! There's people in there. There's people in there.
I don't think the shark goal is to like eat them though. Right now,
No,
it's freaking out.
Now it's freaking out.
Yeah,
and so are they.
He's like, get me out of there.
Last one out. There's 3 people in there with a giant shark
with jaws. Like,
I don't even know how it got in. It looks bigger than the cage.
Yeah.
I think safe to stay in there now, isn't he? Isn't he
Yeah.
out? Or...
Yeah, they're all getting out.
Yeah, everyone's got out.
And, like,
He's in the ocean now with all
It's
this.
a heart attack, man. Seriously.
My heart's beating just watching it.
That's
Great.
great. I no. Never.
Yeah,
I thought there were the other ones
You
with
know?
clear perspex. And it literally broke over the wall, side wall, and went in.
Yeah.
Oh.
I see ones where like it jumped in from this way. That was pretty scary.
I could never do that.
I reckon I could do it, but I would not.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
My mate and his dad did it, and before they were the last people in the group, so they're doing groups, and one of the people in like the second group were doing it, and she was putting her hand out like through the cage, and the guy was like tapping the cage, like put your hand back in, because like it's the sharks underneath. They're getting fed to, so then they can
come around.
They go like this hot spot where there's great whites everywhere.
Yeah.
Because like where seals hang around and whatnot.
Yeah.
So when she was like, they were like freaking out. It's just like this 6-year-old woman, like, oh, there's a shark. Clearly they can see it. There's a shark over there.
Yeah.
Or maybe stand back and point. Don't put your hand through. Like, oh, that's some balls.
First years.
That's some balls. That's stupidity. Should need to be eaten.
Yeah.
That's just stupid.
I wonder if it would come off clean or she'll get like her body get tucked through. Nah, it'd be come off clean, surely.
Mm-hmm. It should just die in the water.
When have you ever seen in every single movie where there's like a scene like that, something bad always happens.
Yeah.
The Meg.
Every single time.
Every single time.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Keep your hands inside the vehicle. Let's do this one and then.
Sorry, party's canceled. Waiting on the cute internet guy. Tell us that.
First, I had cable, but those cords weren't me. I needed to find new Wi-Fi.
No, sure.
I didn't cry. Switched to T-Mobile, only to net with my cheated runs on their network. Just plug it in and you see. What I find out is I'm streaming as I'm wasted child. I need whole internet from T-Mobile to fulfill my life.
Yeah, what's up?
We have T-Mobile now.
What's Super Bowl on?
Yeah, Super Bowl.
Was it
That
this year or
I never
last
want
year?
to see
Oh
him
my God.
dance again.
Usually shows get popular before they have a musical. We're not that popular yet. Oh my God, that's just horrible.
That was
That's just me being polite.
That was Scrubs, yeah.
Oh.
The Scrubs guys and Aquaman. Haven't seen Aquaman like that.
I do not want to see
Oh, man, she got
Aquaman
paid to do
dance
that.
ever again. And that backflip?
That wasn't him.
No, he looked a little bit skinnier when he was doing a backflip.
Yeah. But I
The superhero landing too, like that.
I do like that he's having more fun with his roles. Like even the last Aquaman, he just seems to be just having a bit of fun. Like,
It's probably had more fun because no one could take it seriously because they had the herd stuff. So it's like, this is.
but yeah. All right. And the last one. Done.
I would rather have aliens invade than watch that again. Serious.
Me leaving the party because no one wants to talk about crypto, making money, life hacks, government corruption, or conspiracies.
Isn't it like you at every single family event, pretty much?
Yeah.
So like, you like talking about it, and then everyone, especially Dad, it hates when you talk about it.
Oh, as soon as I open my mouth, your dad hates me.
Sometimes not even like relevant to like conspiracies, like nothing. Just like your actual like talking is like he thinks it's an argument sometimes.
Yeah, because I do get pretty animated, so he doesn't like high tension in any way. So it's just,
even if it's like peaceful.
Yeah. Well, as soon as he hears a current event come out of my mouth, he's like, oh, fuck. Here we go.
Yeah. He now says when I start talking, he says, you sound like Dan now. I'm like, in what shape or form am I saying that something Dan has said?
Yeah, see,
brainwashing.
This is where I'm trying to change how I'm talking as well. It's all about not being quite so animated. Like, you know, you got to rein it in a bit.
Yeah,
make it palatable for people to listen to.
Digest.
Otherwise, yeah, they're just like, oh fuck, my ears. Stop. Yeah. Anyway, that was fun.
Do you like the set behind the scenes? Like,
yeah, it's sick. I love all the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
I need to get a full-size stormtrooper behind.
That'd be pricey.
It was. I looked it up earlier today, like for $6,000 or something. Like, okay, no, thank you. Time to get a 3D printer.
Paper mache.
Paper mache. All right. Thanks for coming, guys. Let's finish this up.
Let's go.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.
See you guys.